Button. We are now recording, and here is our theme. Maybe.
There we go.
Welcome to Who's Online Is It Anyway? The MediaWest Con edition. We got one more person joining us. Let me approve her, and then we'll continue on. I have a series of games that were set for the first half of the show, so let me get to my schedule, and we will start with the regular old scenes from a hat. I have had people suggesting scenes from a variety of different time periods. We have a hat full of lovely scene slips. Some of these came from years of doing this show at the MediaWest Con convention. So those of you who are part of MediaWest Con know that. For those who are joining us from outside that, basically we just did this show in a 2-hour slot from 4 to 6 every Sunday afternoon for 14, maybe 15 years. And so this is basically a continuation of that for those of us that were a part of that. But we also wanted to encourage anybody else who loves improv to participate as well. Some of these lovely scenes that I have here actually were leftovers from the scenes from a hat that we did at MediaWest Con, and others are things that people have suggested within the past few days. So most of these I tried to cull through and pull things that I thought were going to be effective for people sitting in front of a computer screen as opposed to getting up and having to move around or anything like that. So that being the case, I also have the dinger, so if you're going a little slow or we need to end a scene, I will ding you out. That will come into play more in some of our other games. But let us start. I have about 20 scenes in here. We'll just see how long we can keep the energy going with this, starting with things that money won't buy.
Yes, I'd like to buy some money.
I'd like to buy some toilet paper.
Yeah. All right. If children ran the world.
I'm gonna beat up Pakistan because they're a duty head.
I would like to pause this meeting because it's time for milk and cookies.
I can't have anyone on my presidential cabinet because it's too high up and I can't reach the cabinet.
I think the White House needs a playground, and people need to tell me I'm special a lot.
I think the White House needs a change of color.
Nobody touched the red button except me. My button. My button.
My daddy said that you have to share the red button.
Why are we closed for summer?
Touching you. I'm not touching you.
She's not touching me. She's not touching me.
I'm reaching to try and touch you.
I'm not touching you.
Lousy state mottos.
Come to New Jersey. I'm kidding.
You've got a friend in Pennsylvania. Your job, find him.
Welcome to Iowa, the flat state.
Welcome to Nebraska. Our state tree is the telephone pole.
Oh.
Welcome to Florida.
Here's our actual state motto at the moment. Nebraska, it's not for everyone.
Nebraska, you're not good enough.
Welcome to the United States. You're not welcome.
California, you could be in the mountains one day and in the ocean the next.
California, dude.
Right, just far enough to keep all you away.
Inappropriate.
New Jersey, what exit?
Inappropriate things to yell during a blackout.
What do you mean you're blind?
Who's that? Is that your finger?
Nice.
Who's touching me? Ooh, touch me more.
I'm touching you. I'm not touching you.
Less power to you.
I have a Braille map in my pants.
Ooh.
If historical figures had social media accounts.
I'm sorry, what?
If historical figures had social media accounts.
Hamilton, in need of a dueling partner.
Ben,
Betsy Ross.
Ben
Why do
Frank-
I have to make the flag?
Franklin. Hey, Betsy, want me to come over and help you stitch?
Oh.
I don't needle you right now.
Mary Todd Lincoln. I like tall guys.
Abraham Lincoln, real men wear beards.
Woo!
Things you don't want your parents to say when they meet your future spouse.
Oh, you must be the flavor of the month.
Really? Really?
Our child was a bedwetter.
We are so glad that you haven't noticed all the sores.
Are you my long lost son?
Oh!
So, how do you like being barefoot and pregnant?
You're not one of them Tinder fellers, are you?
Mm. Strange creatures to keep as pets.
This is my pet octopus. I call him Sucky.
But don't mind the quills.
Here, for all of you, squids.
Oh, let me bring in my pet slug. Come on. Oh,
This is my pet skunk. I call him Flower.
I bought this pet in order to tell me how much wood could a woodchuck chuck.
let's see. I have my pet emu around here. I had him a few years ago. What happened to him?
Did you take out insurance on him?
Has anybody seen Fluffy? About 6 feet long, no arms, no legs, hood. Let's bite you.
This is Harvey. He's invisible, but he's very special.
Very nice.
Oh.
Two more.
Haven't seen him.
Pickup lines at the senior center.
Can you pick me up?
Without.
Hey, baby. Is that your walker? You want to race? Let's go.
I've got extra insurance at my place.
I've
They call
fallen
me
and I can't
Ben
get-
Gay.
The last one. The good news and the bad news.
All right. Well, we've got your test results back, and the good news is you are not going to die of cancer. The bad news is you're going to kill yourself once you get the bill.
The good news, I know what kind of venomous snake bit you on the butt. The bad news, you're gonna die.
The good
The
news.
good news.
The good news is that Dave is with us. The bad news is that Dave is with us.
The good news is you have a whole week to live. The bad news is this was mailed last week.
The good news is you are going to die, unfortunately, in great pain and suffering over an extended period of time. The bad news is that there's no news other than what I just told you.
Bad news is you're not lying.
The bad news is that we're invaded by aliens. The good news is that they pee gasoline.
All right. Let's call
Bad
it.
news.
Nope.
Sorry. The bad news is we know what's wrong with you. The good news is we're going to name a disease after you.
All right. Let us play the eponymous Who's Line. when we tried this in a test run last night using the chat feature, which if you haven't noticed there, if you look at the bottom of your screen, one of the options is chat. I can send private chat messages to participants. So I will be feeding the lines that would normally be in people's pockets at this point. A whole bunch of people gave me good suggestions for lines, and I have them in a Word document here. I'll just be copying them and pasting them as text messages to the actors as they perform this following scene. Because at MediaWest Con, we had Dave and Spencer do this so frequently. Let's start with a scene with the two of them. Let me get the description for the scene here. Two friends who are both pilots and had a falling out years ago are accidentally both booked to rent the same two-seater airplane for a day trip and decide to share it and possibly make up in the meantime. If you want to begin the scene, I will be feeding you as chat lines to insert into the scene.
Okay. Looks like we're going to be here together for a bit of a time.
Yeah, let's try to get through this, okay? I mean, This is all about saving money, not about what you did to me all those years ago.
Whoa. No. You really want to go there? Okay, fine. We are going to go there. Yes, and I did it. But you know what? You know why I had that attitude? Was because of you. All right? I was only reacting because you decided that no matter what happened, you were going to just be a cheapskate.
Me, a cheapskate? No. I was not the cheapskate. You were the one who decided, oh, well, we're not going to just fly first class. We're going to fly super duper first class, and we're going to rack up the credit card bill. It's like, and yeah, sure, it was my credit card bill, okay? Just give me, and you know what I say to that? Just give me one good reason why I shouldn't shoot you right now.
The reason why you shouldn't shoot me right now is because I still owe you the money.
Okay, that's a good point there. Yeah. It is a lot of money. And how much do you have on you right now? Just
not enough to pay it off. So hello, keep me alive.
Enough to prevent me from throwing you out the window.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because you know what? I am oddly less reassured than you intended me to be over this conversation. I really do not trust that you're not going to throw me out of this plane, but I am going to absolutely ignore that, and I'm going to be an adult about this, and I'm going to say, you know what? Let's just let the bygones be bygones, and let's just keep flying.
Oh yeah, well, that's 50 Shades of cray-cray. There's absolutely no way I'm going to let you get off of this plane without at least giving me some of the money that you owe me here.
Oh, okay, fine. Here. One thin dime.
Okay, well, let me go get that. Whoa! Now I understand. All you ever wanted to do was try to get me to die so that you would not have to pay me back the money. And maybe, just maybe, you wanted my job. That's what it all boils down to. You wanted my piloting job.
Piloting job? Why would I take your piloting job? I gotta tell you, the reason why we did that, the reason why we went on that wonderful trip and I spent all that money is because the minute I saw you, I knew you were mine. You were the one. And the only way that I could absolutely really make you look at me and pay attention to me and really see what I am is to absolutely have spent all your money because it was the only thing you cared about.
Well, maybe you're right. In the grand scheme of things, you got to remember what when we went to piloting school together, our physician said to both of us that last day before we got our license, you must always reverse the polarity of the neutron flow.
Oh my God. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Because you know what? That is brilliance coming from you. I have never wanted you so much as I do right now.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Oh my gosh.
I think now is the time we should put this on autopilot and
Yeah.
make sure that we are not on autopilot, because the last time I was on autopilot, I'll never make that mistake again.
Let's end the scene there. I realized that this worked much better when you see people pulling it out of their pockets and you can tell when the line actually comes in. If we do this again, people need to like make a gesture to say, here comes the line or something like that. So I appreciate it. Thank you for trying that one. We have the next one is press conference. Armand, would you be willing to serve as our person giving the press conference for this one?
Sure.
All right. So for anybody that's not familiar with press conference is a game in which one person who does not have any idea what he's talking about to the rest of them is giving a press conference of some nature. The rest of them all know what is going on, and pretty much I'm going to open this up. Anybody that wants to participate as a reporter and ask questions is going to be able to do this. Armand, in just a few seconds, I'm going to ask you to cover your eyes for a few moments until we tell you it's safe. We're going to put a title card up that tells people what the subject of the press conference is and who you are. And the goal here is that everybody's going to ask you questions, perhaps a little bit leading questions, in the hopes that you will be able to figure out who you are and what your press conference is actually about. So Spencer, or Armand, if you would cover your eyes for just a moment. I'm going to share a screen with everybody else. Just a moment.
No peeking.
Everybody see this? Can everybody see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has everybody read it?
Yeah.
All right. Armand, you're back, and your press conference begins now.
I'd like to welcome all the reporters here today for this press conference and open the floor to any questions you might have.
Yes, sir. Yes, this is Dave from Slightly Vague News. I wanted to know, is this really the type of place you think your son would want to come to?
Well, you know, he does his own thing, so he will go where he wants to go, I guess. Next question.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
This is Spencer from NPR, and I just want to know where did you actually get this idea? Because this is so against what we kind of expect from you. I know that you are always beckoning people to your side because you have cookies, but it still seems to be a little bit of a stretch as to what you are thinking, this project that you're launching.
You know, I have a very strict code of conduct, and I think that people deserve a reward for answering the call, and I thought cookies was the way to go.
This is Jennifer from the Washington Post, and I was wondering about your breathing difficulties. Like, you appear to have asthma or some kind of other, and I'm just wondering if are you going to have the energy to do this really demanding new venture of yours?
You know, I believe that I'm a very forceful person, and you know, years ago I had some trouble. So you know, I believe in augmentation. It's just something that I do. So if you have a problem with it, I don't really care.
Bob Doss, Senior Irregular News. Do I take it that you wouldn't force your children to come to your place?
Oh no, they should absolutely do what I tell them to do. And you know, eventually I think we'll probably rule together. You know, today the world, tomorrow the galaxy.
I just was kind of wondering because, you know, you don't have the best reputation as a father figure. What made you kind of go down this path for this particular project?
Destiny. It's plain and simple. Destiny.
Destiny.
With your history in the past with groups of children, do you think people are going to trust you now?
Well, I don't really think that it's up for debate. You know, it's my way or the highway. So you just follow me and you'll be fine.
What kind kind of activities do you think that you're going to be offering with this project here, and once you get it up and going?
We have a wonderful youth program, I'll have to consider what kind of activities I think that you deserve before I can answer that question.
Janice here from CNN. How do you expect to get anyone to come when you have exterminated your client base?
Well, they had to go. And really at this point, it's really too late to resist. It's, as I said before, it's my way or the highway, and I will eventually rule everyone. So.
Yes,
Armand.
One more, please. After they're done taking their nap, will you be giving them blue milk and cookies?
Perhaps.
Armand, do you have a clue who you are and what you're talking about?
I am Darth Vader, talking about my plan to take over. I think.
But take over what? So, do you have a clue?
Okay, I have another question for you then. Do you think your robe will get caught in the jungle gym?
Take over the playground.
That's close.
That's enough.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. That being the case, we will move on to another game. I just got the warning that we are 10 minutes away from the first session shutting down, so this is going really fast.
We're going to have to do 3 sessions.
Yes, we may end up having to do that, but let's see if we can get one more game in here. Dave, are you up for doing the blues singer at this point? Do you think you can squeeze that in?
Definitely do it. Now I'm going to pick somebody who is off camera, so I can't see anything. Let's see. Lori, are you there? Lori, no? Carrie, are you there? And
Carrie and Rob are both no mics.
I know, but can Carrie turn on her mic to answer a question? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, well, that kind of ruins that. So I will then go on to Jen. Jen, you are now the victim. I mean, you are now the subject of what I will be doing here. Now, I have a question for you, Jen. Jen, what do you do for a living?
I'm a writer.
You're a writer. What do you write?
I write proposals to get rich people to give lots of money to the University of Nebraska, Lincoln.
Good.
Okay. And what's a hobby of yours? What do you do to have fun?
I like to sew and I like to garden.
Sew and garden.
And roller skate.
And skate. Okay. Oh, we've got a lot to work on there. Okay.
And do theater with Scott.
What's a pet peeve of yours? Something that it's kind of insignificant, but it really bugs you when people do it. Some people like chew with their mouth open, that type of thing.
Commas. People who can't use commas correctly.
Boy, that's very specific. Okay. And is there some place you would love to go on a vacation, but you just never have had the chance?
Thailand.
Thailand. Okay. This is going to be very interesting. I've never tried all of these very wonderful things. Okay, so Jen, I'm going to try very, very hard to sing an original blues song all about you. Good God, here we go. It's a song about Jen. She sure likes to type, but don't misuse commas, cause that makes her uptight. Make sure your sentence structure's great. Cause if you don't do it properly, she'll run over you when she roller skates. There's one thing that happens. She wants to go far. She wants to tie one on with the Thailands in a bar. She's gonna drink all day long. And she's gonna go back home and sew herself up a nice sarong. But you know, if I had to choose, I'd pick the Jen don't misuse commas or I'll run over you while I drink in Thailand. Blue.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm touched.
Don't use that against me if I run for office.
All right. According to the countdown clock, we've still got about 5.5 minutes. Let us try. I'm looking at what I had listed here. Alphabet, 90-second alphabet. I think we can squeeze that in before we absolutely lose things.
Well, I hope we can do 90 seconds within 5 minutes.
I am actually going to get my phone and time it here this time. So the concept here is somebody needs to throw out a setting where the scene would be taking place. Becky, where would this scene be taking place?
The moon.
The moon. Okay, so take that. We're going to start with Spencer. What letter of the alphabet do we begin with?
X.
Yeah, okay. All right, so everybody's grids of who is participating, if you're looking at this in gallery view, is different than everybody else's. So we can't exactly just follow a circle because everybody's circle is different. So I'm just going to open this up, give a brief pause before trying to throw out a line, but we need to start with the line that starts with X. Thank you, Spencer. And the setting is the moon, and we have 90 seconds beginning now.
Well,
Xerxes, what in God's name did you do that got us here?
You know, we both intended to join NASA.
Zoinks!
Have no place on the moon.
Where are we?
I think we're at
A.
Okay.
Somebody go with A.
All right. Okay. I did not mean to criticize you. I love it here.
Be quiet.
Can
we focus on the mission, please?
Don't tell him what to do.
Everybody keep on invading my face.
Fine, fine, fine. Let's all try to pay attention to the rules here.
Good. Somebody has some common sense.
How do you think we have common sense when we're all fighting on the moon?
I have no idea.
Just hand me my golf.
Simmer down.
Kindly speak one at a time.
Like that's gonna happen.
No.
Moon rocks weigh very little in zero gravity.
No.
Oxygen, my oxygen's going low.
Please.
Please, somebody hit the eject button.
Quiet now.
Really?
Replace his air tank.
Should we keep going? We've got about 15 seconds.
T-minus
I'm
15
running out.
seconds, everyone.
Unless we get
Time's up.
Verily so.
What?
Well, I think that brings it to an end. Ta-da!
Okay.
All right, well, we've only got 2 minutes left in our first session, so I would suggest, unfortunately, since none of us are working with the pro Zoom account that can go more than 40 minutes, this is going to wrap up momentarily. So we'll go ahead and end this session. If you would like to continue with us for the second session, you will find that, and all sorts of weird things are just now happening with my page. I'm going to end the meeting. Go back to the Facebook event page. You'll find the link for the second meeting, and that will launch in about 10 minutes. You can join a little early if you want, but it will launch officially at 3:50 my time. Oh, I'm seeing that it's only 3:30. These are running shorter than the 40 minutes that they advertise, unfortunately. So we'll join you here in about 10 minutes. Yep.
I
So,
do have a pro account actually through work if you want it. I don't know if that's something you can change.
unfortunately, it would force me to make you the host of this, which means you wouldn't be able to control the recordings or anything like that. So,
Okay, so we'll skip
I
that.
appreciate that. If we ever try this again, we'll look into other options. I may actually get a pro account just to expand that because I need it for work as well. So,
I just shared the link for the second half to the group chat.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
oh, yes, please. Copy and paste. I'm
Thank you.
copying, and I am ending the session, so we'll see you all in a few minutes.
Okay.
See you soon.
Bye.